Okay, hello, YouTube family. I am back once again. Still, this is Monday, September the 2nd, Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. But I'm back now to work on my swag bag, and since it's red and I don't have a very large selection of yarn on hand right now, I thought it would be really cute to just go ahead and do the black and white on the red. So let's go with that. So what I'm thinking is to put the yarn in the inner circle and put some jewels around there, and then I'll figure that part out there later. So that's just where I'm kind of at right now. So let's try that out. I guess this will be our Go Dogs swag bag. I don't know. I may have just offended a lot of people with that. I'm not into sports like that, so not football. Well, not any of it now, not anymore, but I never know what's going on with football anyway, half the time. If I go to a game, it's more so to spectate and people watch. Now that I like. That I truly like. I like the people watch. When my oldest son, played football in high school, I started picking up a little bit on what was going on. Because then I had a vested interest, but now I'm right back to having no clue whatsoever. And I'm okay with that. Oh, about kept going. I think I might have went outside that circle up there a little bit, but I did. I kind of forgot. I thought I was doing the whole thing. You know what? I think I will do the whole thing, but maybe I will switch up colors right here. Maybe I'll do that. that's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, that's all good. I am very off center. How in the world that happened, I would never know. So I could have swore I was starting in the middle. However, it's not a big deal. I can work with it. Now my mind was telling me to start on the outer edge, so I probably should have listened to my mind. Generally, with me, I have to do things opposite of how everybody else would do it. And it usually works out better for me that way, so why should today have been any different? Yeah, I think I need to go just right in there, maybe. Or maybe not. I think I'll stop there with that. Because I think this is making it more obviously off. Okay, so let me seal that down. The pen marks, the pre-sketching is just there for a scale, so you don't have to stay exact. It'll be fine. It'll work out okay. Okay, so now let's go back out here with some more white. Out here and out here. And I'm going to go off camera and do some of that and come back so that I won't take up so much time filming because we're 10 minutes in, about to be 11 minutes in, so I'll be right back. Okay, I wanted to come back and show you, I got 2 at the bottom done. What I'm doing is letting it go ahead and hang off the edges just to make sure that I cover it well, and then I'm just going to cut that off for a clean, smooth edge. So I'm going to do one on camera for you. Okay, so just go ahead and let that hang off as you're putting it on there. Okay. Now everything want to act goofy. Okay. So just let a little hang off the edge. Okay. Come back in with some more glue. Okay. I'm just going to keep going around like that. Add some glue. Add some yarn. And keep going until you get that completely filled in. I'm seeing more and more people taking bags in, like, to all kinds of stores now. Target, Aldi, just all kinds of stores now. Not just, even I've even seen some taking their own bags into Walmart. So these little swag bags can come in handy, especially there for a minute when I would go into Sally's. Um, they didn't want to give you a bag. They're back giving bags now, at least in this area. But I mean, these little swag bags, the size that they are, they would be great for going into like Ulta or somewhere where you're going to be getting small products, Bath and Body Works, something like that. And like Sally's, and where you're going to be getting hair products. If you're going to be shopping the hair products aisle in TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that, or buying little perfumes, these little swag bags would be great for that kind of a deal. Okay, so we got that one in. I left a little bit more space than I really want it to be leaving in there, but I can add a piece. I'll show you how you can just kind of go in. Let's see, it may not even need that much. And you can go in and fill in space and make it, tighter and fluffier. See that? So you can do that. So, if you get outrageous, get carried away, and then you leave too much space, just go back in and fill some in there. Separate them a little bit, fill them in. Make it real good and plush. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Well, let me get in here right at the right angle here. Oh shoot, I keep getting out of the frame. See, that's better because you get to follow the shape of the bag there. So I wouldn't try to get super exact or super straight, because you may have to put a little glue to seal those edges. So leave a little bit of room to add some glue to seal it off. I just like to seal it off with a little glue so that it doesn't come unraveled on me when I get out into the real world with it. Okay, see how that cleans that up and make it look better. So don't be afraid to leave rough edges, because you can go back, snip and tuck. Let's go this way. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and do some black. Or I'm kind of thinking about changing up and put some bling and maybe put the yarn there. I don't know. But anyway, I will come back and start that part and show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I have decided that I will continue with the black and white in the inner circles and bejewel the out, like the middle parts of it, because that looked really good just laying that out. But I didn't really want to do all that on camera and take up the extra time. But basically I just took some of these. This is the closest I have to white. These are a sort of white and pearly. Same ones, same type I used there, because I was kind of thinking that I might do like some more of this one with the diamond, but I'm not really feeling that one. I'm feeling this one more. So I just I laid it out in the inner circle to see how I thought that would work. I didn't like it as much. I felt like I needed the black against the white. I don't know, it just didn't work in my mind. So, but I do like that against the black. So, and you can't see it as well as I can with the light hitting it from the window, but it's really giving off a nice sparkle. So that's what I'm gonna go with that, because I want those jewels next to the black so that they can really just pop off of that. That's the kind of feeling I want it to have. Really eye-catching and blingy, but not in an overdone kind of way, you know. And now I have a point of reference. I don't really have to let that black really hang off as much, because now that I have the white there and I've already cut it, this side may hang off, and that's fine. I'll trim it. But once you get that part done, you do have a point of reference from there. So I like that. So I'm gonna go with that. Now I cut that a little bit long, which is fine too. But what I want to do now is just get me a couple of pre-cut sizes, and I may let that hang off as I go up, just so I won't make a mistake, because I know my mind. I know my mind. I get into the heat of it, and then next thing I know, I mess something up. So now I'm just gonna cut several to this size, because I believe going on around, they're probably gonna be roughly about the same size. I can come out a little bit and allow myself a little playroom. I don't really know how many I'll need. I'm just pre-cutting some. I'm not counting. I'm just prepping. Felt like it was getting longer and longer, so I'm gonna make a few a little bit shorter. Try not to waste any materials if you don't have to. Okay, I really think that's enough for now. Okay, let's get that cleaned up. Okay, and go back in here, and we're gonna finish this out. Okay, so I'm gonna do one on camera and I'm gonna go off and finish it because at this point we're 25 minutes in. I don't want this necessarily to be a 50-minute video or more. Ooh, dust from that is tickling my nose. Y'all, it's such a pretty day out today. It really is. And the leaves are starting to turn, I've noticed, on my little tree outside this window. Okay, I'm going to use that on another part and get a longer one. That was one reason why I went longer, because so that as I go up, and since I wasn't pre-measuring, I knew that as I go up I was going to need a little bit of extra wiggle room there, so I'm going to put one more because I don't want this space in between super wide. But I'm going to put one more because that is 3 and 3. That looks cohesive. My drawing is out to there, but I think I'll stop with 3 since I use 3 here. So we'll do 3 rows, but I may go back and add if I feel like I need to fill in some space so that I don't have to use so many beads. Maybe that, I better hurry before my glue starts to set. This hot glue waits for no one. Pull that for some hangover a little bit because that piece was bigger than I thought. Okay. Okay. See, I like it touching. So that's what I feel like is missing there. So I'm not gonna try to be so matchy matchy. I'm gonna let this thing fall out how it falls out because, like I say, it's the imperfectly perfect stuff that looks the best. Because I'm not trying to make it look like it was machine manufactured to begin with. This is straight up homemade, handmade projects going on here, and I want to keep with that line of integrity there. Okay, again, I want that touching, so I'm going to go ahead and put one in between there. Because I love it touching. I love it touching up against each other like a good pan of biscuits. Yes, I like that. Okay. Debating on that one. Let me just move to this one. I'll come back. Okay, let's see. We're up to 32 minutes here. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, so I got that done. So I ended up with 4 to make it touch. So that's fine. That works for me. I'm not gonna worry about that so much. It doesn't have to be perfect. But okay, so we got that part done. Now I'm going to start with the beads. I'll come back and trim those ends off in a little while for the sake of time here. So, okay, let's get some of this excess stuff off of here. Okay. Alright, so let's get to the beads. And there's 3 sizes of beads in here: a large, a medium, and a small. So I'm going to do the medium. At least I'm going to start with the medium. And then I'll see if I have little gaps or whatever, I will put some smaller ones in there to fill in the gaps. But, so what I'm thinking, let me start with a small area. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to go right up next to it there. Just following around this circular edge here and in there and in there, and then filling in as I go down. So let's do that. I'm kind of sort of thinking about not using hot glue. I'm kind of thinking about using this tacky fabric glue just in case I need some space for error. Like if I need to reposition things. It's easier to do that with this fabric glue than it is with the hot glue. Because once it's on there, it's on there. And I could even use E6000 at this point. So you can do that as well. So I'm going to put a few little dabs. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me see how using that fabric glue gives me room to get that in there. Okay. I'm gonna keep the air up, and now it's got my nose kind of runny, or wanting to run anyway. Okay, so see, that did not want to work so well. 3 there, maybe I can space it. Okay. Alright, so I just pushed it. I was gonna say I'll add a small one anywhere I need to fill in a gap or whatever. Okay, and the good news is all of this glue dries clear, so you don't have to worry too much about that either. Because it may look tacky and like not so cute right now, but when it dries, it'll be clear. Ah, I tell you, these little things, you can find something to pick them up with. Sometimes they're just too much for my hands, for my fingers. Okay. See if I can get 4 across there. Sure I can. Okay, good. That's great. Now already I'm thinking that this last row right here may have to be some of the small ones. Okay, maybe not, because, so let me just put a little bit more glue on this outer side. Okay, so not so, because the this size is wide enough and it's coming in and covering that bottom section, so that's great. Okay, so there's that. How cute is that? Just what I'm going for. I don't know if I can get We'll do that later so that you can see the shininess of it. Okay, let's go to this side. This is the next smallest one. I tell you, you gotta leave this glue upside down. If you ever wonder why I put it in there upside down, that's why. So that when I'm ready for it, it's ready for me. And just squeeze as many as you can get in there without them looking like they're being squeezed in there. As long as they're not overlapping and laying on top of one another, you're good. But if they come up and lay on top of each other, take it out. Either just spread them out as much as you can or use another size. I'll be right back. Sorry about the interruption. I heard somebody in my driveway. I was trying to see out this window, but I couldn't, so I had to go to the door. Okay, so you get the gist of this. So when I come back, I'll have all of that part done and I'll trim the edges, and that will be it for today. And I won't demonstrate the handle today. Um, I may save it. I may just do one and then do the other one later. And then when I do the back, I'll show you how I did the scrap. But I'll be right back. Okay, we're on the final leg of this. And what I did is I switched up to gray ones. You can tell just slightly, but I think that's going to work better. But I was afraid I might run out because it's kind of low over there. So I switched up to the gray ones to make sure that I had enough to finish the project today. And switched back to the hot glue gun. Just because I felt like it was quicker. But I did run into a situation over there, down there, using the hot glue gun and putting it all the way across. So now I decided I'm just going to do a dab as I go so that I don't get into any trouble, because I could not move that thing back into position where it needed to go. So on the handle, I'm kind of thinking about using a silver bead because they're not super shiny. A silver bead that I have. I did not want that right there. So see, you gotta be careful with the hot glue. But anyway, I'm thinking about using silver beads, because they kind of almost have a matte finish. I guess what I'm trying to say is they're not so flashy, but yet they still have the shine that I want, the statement that I want, without all of the extra bling 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 that the diamond strips give you. Let me see before I put that there. Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't have as much room right there, so let me go in with a small one. Maybe. I'm just gonna let that sit there for a minute. Let me see how it looks with this one there. I just don't want a big gap. Yeah, I think if I put something there, that is going to need something there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that little one there. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to shift the look in a bad kind of way. So I just need a little something to fill in. So to compensate for that, I'm going to go back over here on this side so that I don't wind up having to use another small one over there. I'd rather use a small one over here if I had to, for balance. At least in my mind, it balances it for my eyes. So okay, so let me, okay, yeah. So let's do another small one. This is why I like to test it first. It's kind of wanting to sit up a little bit instead of flush, but I think it'll be all right. do not hold that hot tip onto the fabric of this because it will burn a hole that you may not be able to fix. Okay, I think we're back on track now. Few extra stuff here. And we are about to wrap this up, and I'm still getting close to 60 minutes here. It's okay. I had a lot of starting and stopping with you guys today. I do apologize for that. It was just the nature of how this thing fell out here today. But I don't like to bore you guys with a lot of talking and with a lot of the easy stuff that you don't really have to see. I'd rather stop the camera and get that part done and then come back and show you the stuff that I feel like you need to see more of and less of the stuff you don't need to see. We'll do that right there, I think, because I can push that on under there. Yes. And for me, as long as it's not hanging off the edge, it's a go. I will use it. Okay. And it's still a little more edge than I would have preferred. I don't know. I think it's just going to have to work that way this time around. I'm just testing. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it at this point. But let me get this trimmed off for you guys to see a mostly finished product. And the jewels, I feel like the beads took away from, in the beginnings when I started that circle in the middle, I was like, this is giving cat in the hat vibes to me. So now that the jewels are on there, I don't feel like it's giving cat in the hat. I'm happier with that, so praise God. Trust the process sometimes, guys. Just keep going. Don't reroute too soon. But just remember, you can use these bags for different reasons. So, you know, if you feel like something's a little more animated, or if it's a little not swanky enough for you, or if it's too dressy, it's not casual enough. If you put too much bling on it and now it doesn't feel casual enough, because you're just not a blingy kind of gal. Gal. Because you're just not a blingy kind of gal in any kind of way, so. But yeah, you may want to play around with the bling stuff and give it a go. You can dress it up or dress it down. I've been looking at a lot of European fashion, well, more so Japanese fashion, street fashion and stuff. And even though it's not really people from my age group on those, still, we're not making these for a specific age group. You can still get some ideas, and like they don't so I don't think they so much worry about if they're overdressed or if it's too blingy or if it's too whatever. It tends to be on the casual side, but their accessories, they will kind of go off the chart, whatever direction they want to go in. They just keep it fun and they just freestyle. So we just want to do a little bit more of that. I said all that to say, don't be so conscious about it. Just do you in fashion. Express yourself. So there's that. I don't like it. See the glitter? So I like that. I'm even okay with the handles being red. I am, because I like that little bit of red touch in there. So, that being said, maybe the back of this one will stay red this time. I don't know, but we have time to think about that because that will be on the next round. So that's a wrap, guys. I'm at 58 minutes, so let's just wrap this up right here. We got all of that done for the most part, and I'll make some decisions about the handles in the back, and that's what we'll work on in the next segment. So see you guys next time. Enjoy your week. Bye, guys.